Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. You're welcome.
Dandava Dandava Pranam.
Dandava Pranam Prabhu.
Only one person in class.
Let me go and find out what's happening. I think they're still finding it very difficult to join through the link.
Yeah, I don't know. The link is little send a plain link that they just log on and enter. Me, I have wondered. I've been wondering since the last 15 minutes. Then I went back to the website, entered through my account.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Dandava Pranam, Hare Krishna. Welcome.
Thank you.
Debra. Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Nice to see you again today. Oh, good.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I have sent the link and I think they're joining. So maybe you
Very good.
can start now.
Okay. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Guruvani Pracharine Nivisheshai Sunyavadi Pastutyai Desatarine. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindhuvyevacha Patitanam Pavanembhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shivasari Shri Guru Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I'd like to formally welcome every one of you. And who can remind me which lesson we did last? Remind the class which lesson we did last. Deborah, can you unmute, tell us which lesson we did last?
Hare Krishna, fellow devotees. Please, our last meeting, we studied about Guru Tattva and the types of Guru in ISKCON.
Thank you. Kanka Boda, Boadu, can you tell us more?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, everyone. Like my brother said, is Guru Tattva and ISKCON founder, Charas, the Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Very good. Thank you very much. So that is what I wanted to hear. In this unit, we have unit 1, 2, 3, 4. In this unit, we have lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3. Srila Prabhupada is Father Acharya is in lesson 3, and that's what we did last. Today, yeah, that last lesson also we have perused into this, but we are going to attend to it appropriately. That is lesson 4. And lesson 4 is the end of unit 1. And we are studying today ISKCON Gurus. We have been able to understand the fact that what is Guru, who is Guru, where did Guru come from, what is the duty of a Guru, and what are the types of Gurus that we have. Can anybody remind us what is the type of Gurus that we have?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Two types of Guru we have in ISKCON.
Good. Name them.
Namely the Diksha Guru and the Shiksha Guru.
Very good. Very good. So we mentioned who is Shiksha and who is also Diksha. What are the duties of Shiksha? What are the duties of Diksha? Shiksha and Diksha. And now we came to Prabhupada. And somebody mentioned Prabhupada as Guru. Yes, Prabhupada is Guru, and at the same time, he's also founder Acharya of ISKCON. And this whole teaching has to do with, one, keep Prabhupada as a preeminent Guru in ISKCON now and for the future. Although there are disciples and grand disciples who are Gurus now, but in ISKCON, Prabhupada remains the preeminent Acharya Guru, because all the books we are using, all the instructions we are following, as Prabhupada handed them down to us. So today, in lesson 4, the topics will be attitude of an ISKCON Guru, Gurus and ISKCON authorities' instructions, and Gurus outside of ISKCON. These are the 3 areas we'll be attending to. And to start, let us do some brainstorming session. Just think. What do you consider is the appropriate attitude in general for an ISKCON Guru, current and future, in regards to? Take note, just think, because you will answer. What do you consider to be the appropriate attitude in general for an ISKCON Guru, current and future, in regards to 2 things? The teachings of Srila Prabhupada, the authority structure within ISKCON. You can write your thoughts in the box on page 22. Write your thoughts. If you don't have the discipleship handbook, the course handbook, take a jotter and write your thoughts. That's brainstorm. What do you think should be the appropriate attitude, the way a guru in ISKCON should behave in relationship with Prabhupada's teachings, meaning his books and the laid down code of conduct? And number two, the authority in ISKCON that Prabhupada has laid down. Take 3 minutes to brainstorm on this, and then you can give us your thoughts, whatever you write down, or call on a few people, maybe not all, but to let us know what they conceived. Okay, 3 minutes is up. Have you been able to scribble something? Roger, can you share with us what you scribbled?
Prabhu,
Yeah.
yeah, I wrote to serve Sri Prabhupada and other gurus, the Paramparam, and two, to obey Sri Prabhupada and not follow the GBC.
Follow what?
You should not follow the GBC body.
Not to follow
Any
the
other
GBC.
instructions,
No,
yes,
I didn't
any
get
other instructions, not
your audio is not very clear.
to obey Sri Prabhupada and not any other bodies. Maybe
Okay.
from any other bodies like the GBC.
What did you say about GBC? I just heard you say GBC. What did you say about GBC? You should not follow GBC or you should follow GBC.
Not follow. If you not follow.
You should not follow GBC. Take note of that. We'll reach there and you make your rectification. And Franklin Johnson, can you share your thoughts on what you scribbled with us? Thank you, Roger. Franklin, unmute and share what you scribbled with us. I guess I will request everybody to put on their videos so we can know who is in class or people who are just here impersonally. Prince, come, share with us.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Number one is to follow the teachings of Srila Prabhupada or the footsteps of the acharyas. Two, should accept the authority structured within ISKCON. And then three, should lead by example.
Very good. You are reading. You are reading. Feel that. Okay. So let us read something here. And in your student handbook is mentioned, service to Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara is one of the attitudes of this Guru. Service to Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara. Those who accept the service of Diksha or Shiksha Guru in ISKCON are required to be exemplary. So if our leaders are exemplary, what should we, the followers, be like? Prince.
Should always be like that also.
Very
Aspire
good.
to be like that.
Very good. Exemplary in representing Srila Prabhupada's teaching in their words and personal behavior. The Shiksha Guru gives spiritual instruction and inspiration on behalf of Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara. The Diksha Guru gives spiritual instruction, inspiration, formal initiation, and spiritual name, and later impart the sacred Gayatri mantra to a qualified disciple as a service to Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara. This is extra from the GBC statement on the position of Srila Prabhupada, March 2013. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati had mentioned about governing body commission. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, at the time of his departure, requested all his disciples to form a governing body and conduct missionary activities cooperatively. He did not instruct a particular man to become the next Acharya, but just after his passing away, his leading secretaries made plans without authority to occupy the post of Acharya, and they split into two factions. over who the next Acharya will be. Consequently, both functions were asara or useless because they have no authority, having disobeyed the order of the spiritual master. So what do we learn from this in relationship with attitude of the guru? The first Prabhu Roja, he said they should not follow GBC. That is not the instruction. Prabhupada first achievement, the first achievement of Prabhupada when he started ISKCON was to implement this his guru's instruction. His guru wanted GBC, so it would be a body of leaders who guide ISKCON, like a board of directors. But as soon as Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati left, we experienced this, and the movement became comatose. That is Gaudiya Math. So Prabhupada, knowing this, when he set up ISKCON, one of the early first achievement Prabhupada made was to set up GBC, so that there will be coordination in activity and there will be collective or joint decision making and taking and implementation. Not that one person overrules. Okay? So that is one thing. Any guru who is in ISKCON and is not following the GBC is doing his own thing, and he may not have appropriate followership. Are you understanding? Even if he has followership, he will be excommunicated from ISKCON. This is the consequence. So the attitude of the guru in ISKCON, he has to follow Prabhupada's teachings, and he has to follow Prabhupada authorized GBC. Prabhupada instituted GBC. Prabhupada set up GBC, and Prabhupada wants every of his followers and practitioners to follow the GBC's decision, not act outside GBC. You can see what is said here. Consequently, both factions were asara or useless because they had no authority. Okay, if you see Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16, he mentioned that those who act outside the instruction of the scripture, doing what they like. He said, na sam siddhi apapnoti, na so kam, na param gati. Na sam siddhi, they will not attain perfection. They will not be happy, and they will not achieve the ultimate end. So it is better to follow laid down scriptural injunctions or laid down instructions by the Acharya. So that is expected of any ISKCON guru. Okay, moving forward. Gurus and ISKCON authorities. Yes.
I think before you move forward, it is better you define what GBC is, because from the answer of Dr. Rogers, it's like he doesn't know what GBC is. What is GBC?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. In the preceding page 23 of the student handbook, we have what is called the ISKCON organogram of authorities. ISKCON organogram. At the apex of the organogram, I don't know if every one of you have the handbook, you can see that on page 23. And those who don't have, we can share on the screen for you in the interim, so you can see. Page, it's on page 'Can you see the screen? Everybody can see, so whether you have book or not, please take note. ISKCON Guru and ISKCON authorities. So we read that before the departure of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, he requested, it was like a check, a checkmate to avoid creating confusion or disintegration. Let us have one common group, not one leader that can become like a dictator. But let us have like a parliamentary kind of thing where people come together, they take decisions, they make policies, and they make ways, they facilitate the implementation. That is why the GBC, Governing Body Commission, that's the meaning of GBC, Governing Body Commission, is not one person. Not one person takes the position of leader. Prabhupada was, because Prabhupada kickstarted all of this. He hit the ground to start ISKCON. Otherwise, there was Gaudiya Math before ISKCON. And what disintegrated Gaudiya Math was this, not forming Governing Body Commission. Rather, there was a clandestine approach to self-style and impose individual as leader, which is not what the Guru wanted. And you know that the third offense against in the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra is to disobey the orders of the spiritual master, Guru Awagya. So that was done in Gaudiya Math, and that was the cause of disintegration. So Prabhupada, part of his early achievements was to comply and implement his Guru's decision. So after Prabhupada, the next authority is GBC, Governing Body Commission. Prabhupada set up earlier 11-man squad in the GBC, and then he expanded it before his departure. And now it is also sustained, but membership is not static. Many people resign and they give way for injecting of new blood into the system. Now we are looking at having young, vibrant, dynamic devotees participating in GBC so that we'll be up to date, and they have to be materially educated and philosophically sound. So that is what we have today in ISKCON. Everything depends on GBC pronouncements. There are circumstances where also people contend with GBC resolve or resolution, but GBC is the ultimate authority to look up to. Okay, Governing Body Commission. And the GBC, they are spread, because it's not one person, they are spread. At the time they call them zonal gurus or zonal GBC, that he has the zones where he controls. Like here in West Africa, we had Bhakti Tirtha Swami as the GBC, and then later Kavichandra Maharaj joined him. And with the exit of Bhakti Tirtha Swami, only Kavichandra Maharaj is the remaining GBC for West Africa. He's also GBC in Israel, he's GBC in Japan, and some other, like in Bali, Malaysia, but he is the one here. And other people are in other parts of the world. So this is how the GBCs are, so that they can oversee the standard of practice, the standard of followership, and the standard of preaching in different areas of the world where we have ISKCON. Okay? After the GBC, or from the GBC, we have committee and ministry. To the left, you will see Guru Services Committee. Guru Services Committee are the one who propounded or conceived the concept of ISKCON discipleship course. They put it together, and now you are participating in it. So indirectly or directly, you are following GBC authority or structure or instruction in the organogram of ISKCON. From the same GBC comes the Sannyasi ministry, where there will be new recruits of sannyasis. And in the GBC, we have subcommittees. Like one committee is a Sannyasi Mission Committee, which I am a member of. And the Sannyasi Mission Committee is that when people either are recommended or they apply to become sannyasis, they are processed by approving for them and then sending them to different parts of the world so that they can function or preach outside their immediate environment. Because that's what sannyasi should be. A sannyasi has no place. He just have to move and preach. Wherever he goes, he preaches about Krishna. So after succeeding in the whole exercise, there's recommendations, and then the GBC, ultimately also the GBC Committee on Sannyasi, they decide whether a devotee who applied is qualified and is given sannyasi to help the preaching. Are you seeing how it's spread? Then under the Guru Service Commission, you have the gurus, all the gurus that are initiating in ISKCON. And under the sannyasi ministry, you have sannyasis, made sannyasis. Then we have regional body. Every region has regional secretary or regional council, and where you have the regional council chairman, regional council ESCO, like this. And their duty is just to make sure that the preaching work and the standard Prabhupada set is sustained everywhere. Then under the regional body, you have the temple presidents, and you also have the National Council Committee that is made up of temple president and representative from different temples. Then you have under the guru and under the temples, Namahata coordinator, people who are coordinating the chanting of the holy name and the cultivation of Krishna conscious practices. And under sannyasi, you have temple resident disciples. Under guru, you have temple president, you have temple resident disciples, you have Namahata, you have congregational members. This is how the organogram of ISKCON is set up. And so, without gainsaying, ISKCON has a coordinating structure of authority that nobody is independent to act in his own accord or out of his own whims and caprices. You have to be under somebody. And that will be what we deal in our next lesson, that ISKCON is a system where you submit yourself. Because that's what Krishna demanded in Bhagavad Gita chapter 9, text 34, and 1865. Surrender and submit unto me. Always engage your mind thinking of me. Become my devotee. To be a devotee means you are bowing to some authority. That is also what disciple means. A disciple means you subject yourself willfully, voluntarily, to be disciplined by an authority. If you don't do self-submission, you will be independent-minded and you can be whimsical also. So I think gratitude to Chaitanya Prema Prabhu for making us have opportunity to do this clarification. Rogers Prabhu, do you have the opportunity to rectify or realign your write-up about attitude of gurus in ISKCON? Rogers Prabhu, I ask. Rogers Prabhu, I'm not hearing you. Unmute and comment. Rogers Prabhu. Unmute. Okay, I hope every one of you get this clear, that GBC is the authority to submit to in ISKCON. After Prabhupada is GBC.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So, somebody raised his hand. Yes, Deborah, let me hear you.
Yes, Prabhu. Please, man is a contribution.
Go ahead.
In regards to the authority structure within ISKCON, we have to respect and submit to the authorities of ISKCON Governing Body Commission as the ultimate managing authority of the movement.
Thank you.
And also to collaborate with the GCB to ensure unified and cohesive leadership within ISKCON. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. You spoke rightly. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
So we can progress now. Outside of ISKCON, this organogram that is spread here is for ISKCON. We may not know what is going on in other institutions. This is exclusively for ISKCON. But please, don't be prejudiced or biased or myopic in thinking that it's only ISKCON that is the institution that is following Gaudiya Vaishnava's philosophy or practice. No. We just mentioned that Gaudiya Math was an institution established by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. But disobedience of his disciples to form GBC disintegrated the institution. Although Gaudiya Math is still in existence, but the vibrancy that you find in ISKCON is not there now. Okay? And that is the consequence of disobeying the order of the spiritual master. And so, outside ISKCON, there are also gurus who are initiating disciples in this parampara of Gaudiya Sampradaya. So what should be our understanding and attitude towards these outside ISKCON gurus? What should be our understanding, attitude towards these gurus? So, Srila Prabhupada had mentioned gurus and ISKCON authority instruction. Obey Srila Prabhupada, but not follow the GBC. When they say they don't like ISKCON and the GBC, they are really saying they don't like to follow my order. Can you get that? Anyone who says, I don't like ISKCON, I don't like GBC, they are only saying they don't like to follow Prabhupada's orders. That means they don't like my order. That means they don't have faith in my order. That means they don't have faith in me. That means Guru Aparat. And this word, it is two segments of word, Guru and Aparat, offense against Guru. I don't know how you can understand it, but if there's Vaishnava Aparat, Vanchakapata Rubiasya can rectify some Vaishnava Aparat. Just offering obeisance to the Vaishnava. Guru Aparat, your complexion can change. Your life quality can change. If you're a yellow man, you can become very dark because you will lose luster. You lose vibrancy. You lose potency. You lose focus. So it is dangerous to do it. Okay? Prabhupada said, Guru Aparat, to say they have faith in me is just hypocrisy. Please take note. So the organogram we read is followed. Now, what should be our attitude towards people who are outside ISKCON? Prabhupada speaks. Never try to hear someone who is not in our line. Never try to hear from them. Because Prabhupada mentioned in his purport to chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra in the Vaishnava songbook, he said, the Mahamantra should be gotten from the lips of a pure devotee. If it is gotten from the non-pure devotee, it is like milk that has been tasted by serpent. It can only give poisonous effect. So it will not give you the nectarian effect that milk is supposed to give. It has been tampered with poison or laced with poison. It's just like when you lace food with drugs. You know, it will give you nourishment, but it will give you other things. So Prabhupada said, better you should stick to hearing from authorized persons like your spiritual master or experienced God brothers, but never try to hear someone who is not in our line, it is simply a waste of time to hear and then again have to rectify the mistake, because it is a mistake. It will cause some ripples and destructive effect that you have to correct. This is letter Prabhupada wrote to Hamsadutta in Hamburg, September 5, 1969. Please avoid them. This is a follow-up. Don't hear them. And the easiest way for you, just dodge. Save yourself. The first principle in survival is that I have to survive. And this what Prabhupada is saying here is survival technique. If you want to survive and grow well in ISKCON and in your Krishna consciousness, please stick in ISKCON. Be chaste in dealing with ISKCON. Don't be a hypocrite. So Prabhupada said, I have now issued orders. I have now issued order. It's a quotable order. Quote, open. I have now issued order that all my disciples should avoid all my God brothers. And that means Gaudiya Math. Gaudiya Math is Sister Institute of ISKCON. Prabhupada said, avoid them. They should not have any dealing with them or even correspond, nor should they give them any of my books, or should they purchase any of their books, neither should you visit any of their temples. Please avoid them. Quote, close. This is heavy, isn't it?
Yes, Prabhu.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Prabhupada gave a counter to help us so that we don't become fanatics. Prabhupada said, if they come to your temple, you have to treat them like Vaishnavas. Give them place to sit. Give them water to drink. Give them prasadam. Treat them very nicely with very good Vanchaka Patarubhyascha. But don't allow them to speak. Once they speak, you become a victim. That's why Prabhupada said avoid it. It is clear. Okay? So let us see from the PowerPoint how this is applied. Okay? Can you see the screen? Or no? So see how what we have just read is presented here. Prabhupada said his God brothers, but it's not limited to his God brothers. Anybody who is outside of ISKCON, you should avoid. Okay? Please avoid them. He may be treated as a guest. If he comes to our center, give him prasadam, honor him as an elder Vaishnava, but he cannot speak or lecture. If he wants to lecture, you see the way Prabhupada is very expert. He gives the instruction and he gives the technical know-how, how to deal with it. If he wants to speak, you can tell him that there's already another speaker scheduled. That's all. You are not silly, you are not stupid, and you are not discourteous. Politely, oh, we already scheduled somebody before you came. Do you understand? That's all.
Yes, Prabhu.
Do you understand? So don't be sarcastic, don't be rude, don't be impolite, be polite, but be focused. You should remember this is how to know, test yourself, whether you are remembering the instruction of Prabhupada and then the instruction of the Acharya in ISKCON. Okay?
Yes, Prabhu.
If a disciple thinking himself more advanced than his spiritual master gives up his order and acts independently, he checks his own spiritual progress. Every disciple must consider himself completely unaware of the science of Krishna consciousness and must always be ready to carry out the order of the spiritual master to become competent in Krishna consciousness. A disciple should always remain a fool before his spiritual master. So how can you understand and express this in relationship with what Prabhupada have said? By rational thinking. That instruction is heavy. It is emotionally difficult for us to implement it, many of us, because we have friends in these other institutions, okay? Or they were our friends when they were in ISKCON and they left to join another institution. So when we meet them, is it going to be that easy for us to deal the way Prabhupada have said? It's a litmus test, but we can know where we stand if we stick to the instructions of Prabhupada. And to do that means we behave like we are foolish. Remain as fools before his spiritual master. Meaning whatever the spiritual master said, that was, you don't have your own thought, you don't have your own conclusion, you don't have a decision. But it's not that you are not thinking, it's not that you don't have discrimination, but your advancement in Krishna consciousness is paramount. So behave as if you don't know anything. Once you think you know, that is your pitfall. Okay? So we progress on our reading, and these are some quotes, additional quotes from Lesson 4, ISKCON Guru. The governing body commission will be the ultimate managing authority of the entire International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Srila Prabhupada Declaration of Will, June 1977. Prabhupada left this planet in September 1977. So between June and September is only a 3 months time lag. So Prabhupada gave this instruction before his departure. So there's no question of anybody saying, I cannot follow GBC. Gaudiya mission has failed in preaching work. That is, it carried forward from the analysis that the disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, they failed to implement the order of their guru. And that is their failure. And that made the catastrophe experience that they have in Gaudiya Math. You must be engaged continually for this missionary work or activities. The Gaudiya mission has failed in preaching work because they adopted this principle. As soon as they got a little shelter under the name of mat or temple, and a few dozens, or not few dozens, 1 dozen disciples, then he settled up there. Now he is Bhajan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Showing that he is very great chanter. And what is your preaching? Therefore, my Guru Maharaj condemned this policy. Manamuni Dishera Vaishnava. What kind of Vaishnava you are? Pratistara Tare Nijanera Gare. And simply to cheat, for cheap popularity. Or he is a Vaishnava. Oh, he's a Vaishnava. He's chanting. All right. No botheration, because if there is no preaching, there is no botheration. You can sit down and show people, I have now become a very liberated soul, and chant and meditate. That means sleeping. This sort of business is condemned by my Guru Maharaj. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati enjoined. Break down the temple. Sell all the bricks. Use the money to print books and go outside and preach. Because when there is structure, Then there will be comfort zones and people make a show, ritual practice. But our mission is founded on the instructions of Mahaprabhu. Yaredeka, Tarekaha, wherever you go, means that is why it's called movement. If you don't move, something will move you. You have to keep moving. No complacency. Srila Krishna Prabhupada said there is no, there's a word, you cannot be, it's the way he put it. It's either you are swimming against the current or the current of the water will be taking you back. So no stagnation, that's the word. You can't be stagnant. If you are not moving forward, you are moving backwards. So it's only preaching that can make you move forward. Once you are not preaching, you glide back. So this is simply cheating. He did not approve this kind of business. He did not approve. He wanted to see that everyone is engaged in preaching work. And preaching work makes you move. You are looking for the next fallen condition soul that you will tell about Krishna consciousness. Okay? Now, accepting the authority of the GBC was Srila Prabhupada's order. So any guru in ISKCON, his attitude and allegiance and what makes him bona fide and safe is that he recognizes the authority of the GBC and he is following the instruction with the understanding, by doing this, I'm following Prabhupada's instruction. Okay? Vaishnava doctrine holds that the essential qualifying characteristics of a guru is that he follows the order of his own guru. He never becomes a master, but always remains a servant. Consequently, to be qualified as a guru in ISKCON, it was essential to strictly follow the order of Srila Prabhupada, who had decreed that all devotees must serve cooperatively under the authority of the GBC. Accepting the authority of GBC board was not only a voluntary option because it was Srila Prabhupada's order. It was necessary to guruhood itself. This is Ravindra Swarup Das, ISKCON communication journalist. Then, the disciple must carry out the spiritual master's order or instruction without deviation. This is one of the things that make Prabhupada tick. Prabhupada said, my only qualification is that I'm following the order of my spiritual master. The very first day Prabhupada met his guru gave him the same instruction. And 2 weeks before the departure of his guru, Prabhupada has written to his guru asking, how can I serve you? And the instruction he gave him 22 years ago, he repeated it. Go to the West and preach to these English-speaking Westerners about Krishna consciousness. If you ever have money, print books. He repeated it. And that is what Ginger Prabhupada had. He stuck to it. And in the end, he became very successful. If there's anything beyond success, Prabhupada had it. Very, very successful. Because he's carrying out the order of his spiritual master. Obey Srila Prabhupada, but not follow his GBC. Another confrontation took place in Srila Prabhupada's room with devotees who insist they could faithfully obey Srila Prabhupada, but could not follow his GBC representative or his ISKCON. The devotees in Prabhupada's room had formerly been leaders of ISKCON Hawaii, but had left and were now threatening to use the funds and properties in their own name. Prabhupada kept asking them simply, why did you leave? Why don't you stay? Why don't you surrender? But they insisted that while they trusted Prabhupada, they could not trust the GBC. This is there. Even till today. There are people who are very independent, that they don't recognize any authority. They just feel they can decide everything. And that is their Waterloo. Even if seemingly you are observing or you are perceiving, you are seeing that this is not what you expect should be. It arises out of your sense perception. Krishna said that in Bhagavad Gita. Matrasvasa sukonte yasit no susuka dukada. Agama panioni tiam tantitik shakshwabarata. Learn to tolerate. Sign of tolerating is that you submit yourself to authority. And one of the ways of submitting to authority is you express your concern to a superior, either your Shiksha Guru or your temple president, your regional council personnel. Oh, this is what my concern is. It's not that you just shout it down. Shout it down. This should not happen. You know, that is arrant nonsense. You must submit to authority. That is the instruction. If you say you don't want to follow, you trust Prabhupada, but you don't trust the GBC, you don't trust the authority, Prabhupada said the person is a hypocrite. All right? But Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur comment in this connection. One can become perfectly successful in the mission of his life if he acts exactly according to the words he hears from the mouth of his spiritual master. This is Prabhupada. Prabhupada is a testimony to this very word. This acceptance of the words of the spiritual master is called Shrota Vakya, which indicates that the disciple must carry out the spiritual master's instruction without deviation. Now, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur remarks in this connection that a disciple must accept the word of the spiritual master as his life and soul. That is the only life air that is in him. This is why he's living. So, Srila Prabhupada, obey Srila Prabhupada, does not follow his GBC. Another confrontation took place. We have mentioned this in Prabhupada's room. They left threatening that they will use the forms. And one of the GBC members in the room became exasperated with their refusal to accept Prabhupada's simple request of surrender. You say that you accept Prabhupada. Yes, they replied. And you say you have faith in him. Yes. You say that whatever he asks, you can follow. Yes. So then, if Prabhupada asks you to follow the GBC, will you do it? The room became tense and silent. And there was like a tumultuous answer. No, we cannot follow. That is contradictory. Contrast of contradiction. When they uttered that no, Srila Prabhupada dropped his fist on the table and pointed to the deviant devotees, declaring, just see the hypocrisy. Just see the hypocrisy. Even after Prabhupada's packed conclusion, they maintained their, we surrender to you, but not to GBC philosophy until Prabhupada asked them to leave. Prabhupada walked them out. Somebody will say Prabhupada did not send devotees away. Prabhupada did. Well, somebody is not trying to surrender and he just thinks he can act according to his own whims and caprices. He's not a disciple. It's not that he's rejected, but he has to be given space so that maybe he will have a rethink. Ask them to leave. To the other devotees remaining in the room, Prabhupada remark, when they say they don't like ISKCON and GBC, they are really saying they don't like to follow my order. That means they don't like my order. That means they don't have faith in my order. That means they don't have faith in me. That means Guru Aparat. To say they have faith in me is just hypocrisy. A disciple should always remain a fool before his spiritual master. So, what are your thoughts on this? You have had all of this, how to remain faithful in ISKCON, what should be the attitude of Guru, what should be the attitude of the disciple. So, can we make contributions? How we intend to apply this? What is the principle, general principle we are drawing from this? What is your resolve in this? If you have to advise somebody in this connection, what will be your advice? From the principle you draw This is an experience, like an encounter. You have been on a kind of experience. So how do you feel hearing this? How do you communicate this? Go ahead.
Okay. Going through the lectures, in fact, I'm having a very downhearted feeling because, from the text, you could clearly see that Prabhupada didn't really wanted them to go because Prabhupada saw them as his own devotees, and they were also devotees. They were also learned. So Prabhupada knew that they could actually also contribute to the movement. But as Prabhupada said, it was just mere hypocrisy, because they said they wanted to accept Prabhupada, or they accept Prabhupada, they accept his teachings, they accept his instructions. But in the end, they don't want to accept the JBC. And by doing this, just as Prabhupada said, that is hypocrisy, because you know that you don't know anything about life. You can't save yourself. That is why you accepted the guru. So if the guru, who knows much more than you, gives you an instruction, and you later come back and refuse or disobey the orders of the spiritual master, then that means you want to prove to the spiritual master that probably you know more than him. And in fact, that is not right at all. That is very dangerous, actually, for one's life to do that.
Beautiful, beautiful. It is as dangerous as, what do you call it? Cataract in the eyes. When there's cataract in the eyes, can you see clearly?
No.
You cannot see clearly. And what do they do to cataract?
They remove the eye.
You don't remove the eye, but you extract the cataract, surgical operation.
Cataract, yeah.
So the operation Prabhupada did was to ask them to leave, because there will be pollution to other devotees who are ready to follow him. You understand this now? So it's not that a preacher or an acharya or guru does not have compassion. He's crying in his heart that what kind of disciples have come my way. But he has to set a standard. In Gita 3:21, he said, Yadyata Charatri says, whatever a great man does, common man will follow. And whatever standard is set by exemplary action, the whole world will pursue. So if we accommodate their insubordination, it's like legalizing insubordination. So he has to exit them. You understand? It's not wickedness. It's not lack of compassion. But it is just that the right standard should be set. Who else has to contribute something? Brown?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Okay. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Okay. What I make out of it is that we should try to be implicitly submissive to our spiritual master, irrespective of the circumstance we find ourselves, and never to counteract his injunctions.
True.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Somebody wanted to speak.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu. And actually, at that juncture, in fact, Srila Prabhupada felt very, very sad to hear them saying no, big no.
I like that.
It's very, very,
because the no was not grumbling or murmuring. It was a bang.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Very, very sad to hear disciples saying no to. At that time, he didn't know what to say to them. So just to let them go to save the situation. So that was the problem. That was actually what happened. In fact, Prabhupada was very sad that time.
So my request is, will you like to be sent out by the spiritual master?
No.
Right. I'm happy to hear that. So the lesson to take from it is, we should do what the spiritual master wants.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you'll be kicked out. In the book Spiritual Connection, Bhaktisiddhanta Damodar Maharaj was mentioning about 4 types of disciples. 4 types of disciple. The first class disciple, he knows the heart of his guru. Guru does not need to talk. He has decoded. Okay? Before Guru will speak, he's already executing it. The second class disciple, he will only hear before he acts, but he will do whatever the Guru says. The third class disciple, if you tell him, he will do it at his own time, the way he likes. If Guru say, give me juice and give me water, he'll go and bring juice. You understand? This is third class devotee. He's slightly whimsical. He's indirectly disobeying the Guru, but politely. And the first class disciple is not ready to follow anything. So Maharaj mentioned in one of the lectures, when we were in Mauritius together, he said, fourth class devotees will be rejected. That's what happened to these people who said no. Okay? So it's a very deep lesson. The journey you are embarking on is a serious business. And you have to make up your mind. Okay? Either to move forward or you get kicked out. But somebody was mentioning yesterday, making a reference that he who sets his feet in the plow and looks back is not fit for the kingdom of God. Once you get kicked out, there's no way you're going to reconnect to make spiritual progress. The life is outrightly destroyed. So you have to hang on. And that is the recommendation Prabhupada made. He said, this journey of Krishna consciousness is not outrightly easy. It is turbulent. There are many inconveniences. There are many unpalatable situations. But following what Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita 2:14, he said, Tantitik Shakshra Bharata, learn to tolerate without being disturbed. Okay, this is the instruction that Krishna gave after saying you are not this body. So anything that the body is throwing at you, learn to tolerate it. Don't be disturbed though. Otherwise, you'll be the one who faces the consequences. So Prabhupada followed up by saying, please, whatever condition it is, hang on in this ISKCON movement because it's like a boat that is definitely going to carry you to the other side of the shore, which is back home, back to God. Whether you are sitting comfortably or you are sitting for a chair or you are just tiptoeing in the boat of ISKCON, just stick to it. Definitely will be among those that are conveyed to the other side of the shore. Do you get this?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
All right. So, in conclusion, for this, he mentioned a thoughtful man must act in this way, learning to distinguish right from wrong. A thoughtful man. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, chapter 5, text number 11 in the purport, Prabhupada said this is the qualification of a wise man. He can pick gold. Oh no, he can pick nectar out of poison. He can pick gold from a filthy place. He can get a very nice wife from a very, very backward background. And he can take instructions from a simply person who has very lowly background. It's wisdom. And although all these contradictions seem to exist, but wisdom is you must be able to dissect and make the right choice. So a thoughtful man must act in this way, learn to distinguish right from wrong. We should therefore live in such a way that we keep ourselves always healthy and strong in mind and intelligence. Strong mind and strong intelligence so that we can distinguish the goal of life from a life full of problems. The goal of life is to go back home, back to God. In one purpose we're reading, it is the desire of Krishna that we don't suffer here. Rather, that we should come back to God. But onus is on each individual to accept or not. The facility, Krishna has made it available, but it is take it or leave it. If you take it, you benefit. If you leave it, you lose. So, when you leave it, you continue to suffer in the material world. A thoughtful man must act in this way, learning to distinguish right from wrong, and thus attain the goal of life. What is the goal of life? What is the 10th? He said, to achieve Krishna prem, or pure love of Godhead. It is only when you have attained love of Godhead that you can go to God. You cannot go to God when you hate God. You cannot go to God when you are envious of God. You cannot go to God when you want to compete with God. You achieve that love of God and go back home, back to God. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Dr. Samuel.
Hare Krishna.
Can you help us just give a little summary to all what we have taught today? Recap it.
Okay, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Okay.
So the little I gathered was about how to know the role of the guru in the devotee's life, and how to be able to carry out the instruction given out by the guru and not also disobey the instructions of the spiritual master, because by doing so will rather end you in more trouble, as the spiritual master knows better than the neophyte devotee, because there are other god brothers of our Acharya, who is His Divine Grace Laisi Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. He has other brothers, but because they defied the orders of their spiritual master and not established a working governing body, now they are, even though they are trying to follow the parampara, but their system is not working as ISKCON or as International Society of Krishna Consciousness, because for ISKCON followed the direct instructions of Srila Prabhupada given to them as the GBC. So ISKCON is having a firm society. So we can associate with them, but we should not allow them to influence us in any way, because they disobeyed the instructions of their spiritual master. Their teachings may be different from us, so we should not allow them to influence us, even though we should accept them, give them prasad, sit with them, but we should not buy their books, and we should not also try to offer them our books, because since they did not accept even our spiritual master's order, which is Srila Prabhupada's order, and decided not to accept the GBC, they would not even accept our books. So for us, the lesson is to accept every direction that comes from our guru, because that direction simply means it comes also from the parampara, which means it comes from Srila Prabhupada himself. So we should abide by these and know how to carry out the instructions of our spiritual masters also.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, to conclude the class today, we spoke about the attitude of the guru in relationship with the instructions of Srila Prabhupada books, and the authority established by Prabhupada. If this is expected of the guru, attitude of an ISKCON guru. So please, can you write down what is the attitude of a disciple in ISKCON? Because you are studying ISKCON discipleship course. what should be your attitude? Prabhupada said, advancement in Krishna consciousness is dependent on the attitude of the practitioner. What should be your attitude? I'll just give you this little motivation. In life, some people think success comes from good luck. Some people think success comes from hard work. Some people think that success would come from higher education. Some people think that success is having abundant income. But I'll tell you this. If you write A, B, C, D to Z, okay, A, B, C, D to Z, it is 26 alphabets. Starting from A, allocate numerical numbers to A will get 1, B will get 2, C will get 3, D will get 4, like that. And Z will get 26. So if you spell luck, total the words, the number, the numerical figures there, total it. Luck will not give you 100. The same applies, write hard work and ascribe numerical numbers to hard work. It will not give you 100. Write enough wealth. It will not give you 100. Write higher education. It will not give you 100. But if you write attitude and give all the allocated numbers to it, it is only attitude that will give you 100. So it is your attitude that will take you to your altitude in life. Your attitude will take you to your altitude in life, not your aptitude. Altitude is achieved not by aptitude, but by attitude. So what should be your own attitude as a disciple? Write it down and read to us in the next 5 minutes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
In the next
Yes, the old Emiko baby.
Please mute yourself. Hare Krishna. 5 minutes is over. So can we one after the other share what we have listed of what should be our qualifications as a disciple? Starting with Kam Boda or Bodu. Please share.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you.
The attitude of a disciple should always be that, one, he should remain a fool before the spiritual master.
Wonderful.
Two, should always remain a fool before his spiritual master. Two, he or she must follow the instructions of the spiritual master. And then three, take the orders of the spiritual master as his or her life and soul. He or she must be service attitude. That is, he or she should always be ready to serve the spiritual master. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. They are on point. Thank you. And Dr. Samuel, can you share with us?
Hare Krishna. The little point I got is he should abide by the rules and regulations given out by his spiritual master, and also obey the vows that has been given between him and his spiritual master during the time of initiation. And also carry out the orders also attained from scripture. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. They are on point. And Brown Ago, can you help us share?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, I jot down some things. Okay, my attitude is to surrender completely to my spiritual master and carry out his instructions and practice devotional service with all my heart, and never to act rebelliously so as not to be kicked out.
Amazing.
I want to spread the message of Krishna consciousness to the conditioned soul, and also arbitrate when in order to distinguish from what is right and wrong. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Very thoughtful. And Abigail, am I right? Yes, Abigail. What did you write down? Or what are your own postulations about the attitude of a disciple? Abigail, unmute and share with us, please. Those of you who have spoken, you can mute yourself now. Those who have spoken, mute. Abigail, unmute if you are here. So that we can be gender friendly. Is Abigail here?
Abigail is gone.
But then she's still in the group as attendee. Okay. And Asibe, share.
Hare Krishna, my dear devotees. What I've learned is a disciple have to be sincere to his guru, and also he must know that the Guru is the spiritual master in his external. The Guru is a spiritual master and is also his external master. And he is a servant to the Guru. And he must know that the Guru represents God. So he has to follow every rules and regulations of the Guru.
Thank you very much. I like to tickle your fancy and ask this. I want a response from this.
Well,
What should be the disciples? Is Abigail ready?
yeah,
Okay,
I'm ready.
share. Thank you.
I said, yeah, you have to submit yourself as a disciple.
Good.
And second, you have to respect and obey the instructions as a disciple.
Good. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. You made us proud. So I said I want to tickle your fancy. Please give me very honest response. I learned sometime in course of my practice that the real disciple that the Guru needs are those who support the Guru in their mission. I'll give you an example. Supposing a Guru wants to build a temple inside the sea, it's almost like impossible. But the procedure is that one disciple of the Guru has to carry Nishingadev deities and go and drop it at the bottom of the sea. That is only how the temple can come up. But any disciple who enters inside the sea will die, but temple will come up. Are you ready to do that for your Guru?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Sam.
Probably, to be honest, it would not be easy. But as we were reading, it came in mind actually. The exact thing came in mind that not to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. What if the orders are also to die? The orders are going to kill you. What would you do in this sense? But what I thought also is the Guru knows best. Probably you have surrendered to the Guru to help you attain Krishna Prema. Maybe probably that moment in time, the Guru has actually seen that maybe from that day onwards, if you should live your life here on this earth, probably something would happen that would destroy that chance for you. So you have to, cut this material existence and then live and then be able to attain Krishna Prema. So that moment, you might think the Guru just wants to kill you, but that moment, that may be the time the Guru has seen that if you should leave your body at that time, it would help. It could be any instance, it could be any time. Maybe the Guru might want you to travel to another place or leave or do something that might feel very uncomfortable to you. But to the Guru, he knows best. He knows that maybe doing that thing must be what you will need to be able to attain the perfect life or to attain Krishna Prema as you yourself you want. It may seem unpleasant, but it may be the best for you also. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. That's an input, very sound one. But I want you to crave indulgence. Go and read Bhagavad Gita chapter 4, text 34, purport. Prabhupada wrote there, the disciple must be ready to pass the test of the spiritual master. Disciple must be ready to pass the test of the spiritual master. Bring it to Prabhupada. Prabhupada had 3 heart attacks in course of trying to obey his spiritual master's instruction on the Jaladutta ship. And Prabhupada, after the 3rd heart attack, Prabhupada voiced out, Krishna, if another one happens, I may change my mind, though. You understand? But he never had another heart attack until he arrived in Boston. Okay? So it can be that turbulent, but Prabhupada is a living example. Prabhupada is a role model in following the order of the spiritual master. And Prabhupada also asked the spiritual master, how can I serve you? How can I support your mission? Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he spread Krishna consciousness and he opened 64 Gaudiya centers, 63 in India and 1 in Nepal. 64, but all within India. And when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati overviewed his achievement, he realized he has not gone to the West. And the moment he saw Prabhupada, he commissioned him, you be the one to go to the West and preach. It took Prabhupada 44 years to be able to embark on this obedience, but he ultimately did. And his life was very, very successful. So that's what I want to chip in as what will be the attitude of the disciple. We have all spoken well, but this also is required. It is for better, for worse. You'll be ready to die for your guru. Okay? Be ready to die to accomplish the mission of your guru. It is at that point that you know that you have become a disciple. A disciple is not only when you are getting sumptuous Mahaprasadam and you have been glorified. No. In thick or thin, you will stick. Because in that same purport, he said, you have to serve the spiritual master like a menial servant without false ego. Please read that. Third video, Pranipatina, Pranipasena Sevaya. Upadeshanti te Gyana, Janina Tatwa Dashina. If you want to learn the truth, you approach a guru. You inquire from him submissively. But in the purport, Prabhupada said, blind followership is not recommended. An absurd inquiry is condemned. So we are not saying you should be blind. You should open your eyes, but then you should commit your thinking, your feeling, and your willingness. That is what will make you attain the height. Okay? So this far, we have attended to this very segment topic very well, attitude of the disciple, attitude of the guru, relationship with Prabhupada's teaching and Prabhupada's example, and authority in ISKCON. Does anybody have questions in the next few minutes? Your questions, your comments, contributions are welcome so that we'll be able to maximize use of our remaining time.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, this is Jerome. Hare
Yes.
Krishna, Prabhu. Yeah, I could not present my scribble for the attitude of a disciple towards a spiritual master. So I went offline due to insufficient data. So I just bought
Now
some.
that you are back online, can you share,
Yes.
or you have something
Okay.
else to do?
Oh no, I want to share my idea as to the
Okay, go
attitude
ahead.
of a disciple. Yeah, a disciple should should inquire submissively from the spiritual master. Inquiring
Good.
submissively, yes, and also attending to the instructions of the spiritual master with a state of urgency. It should not be a third class devotee or third class disciple. It should be a first class disciple. I think that is what I've scribbled down.
Very good. Nice.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Thank you.
Hare
And
Krishna.
who has his hand raised? One hand
It's
is
me.
raised. Okay, so you can lower the hand. Thank you for that
Okay.
contribution.
Hare
Any
Krishna,
other
Prabhu.
person? Is there any question or comment? Charles, assuming you have some question. Prabhu Charles, assuming. Is he here? Unmute and make some comments. I want to be sure that you're in the class. Prabhu Charles, are you here or not? Okay, I can see Yashodanandana here. Is Yashodanandana here or is just present on the attendance sheet? Yashodanandana. Unmute and say something about what we learned today. So Yashoda and Charles Prabhus, they are present in the roster, but I have not heard from them. There are no questions also.
Krishna Prabhu.
Go ahead. Who's this?
Bhakta Roja.
Okay, Bhakta Roja, go ahead.
Please, I want to ask. You said it took Prabhupada 44 years to complete his mission. Was the mission only?
I didn't say that.
Mission only?
I didn't say that. You heard me wrongly. I said it took Prabhupada 44 years to embark on executing this instruction. He was given this instruction in 1922, but it was in 1965-66 that he embarked on going to execute, going to preach to the English-speaking Westerners. Not that he took him 44 years to accomplish. Prabhupada accomplished his mission within 11 years. 1966 to 1977. He left the planet in 1977. Has that corrected your audience, your audio reception?
Yeah, Prabhu. Krishna Prabhu. So was only the West the main target, or some areas were there?
Prabhupada started from the West because that was the instruction. Go to the West and preach to the English-speaking Westerners. And if you have money, print books. These are the two instructions. By going to the West, Prabhupada also went to the East. Prabhupada go to the East Bloc also, not only to the West, but he started from the port of call. Is that clear? Any other one? Prabhu Jerome, are you clear?
I'm clear, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Krishna. But I have a question I want to ask as well.
Go ahead. We have 5 minutes more.
5 minutes. Okay. My question is, if you have a god brother who you joined the society with the same year, and in future he becomes a guru, do you accord him the same respect and obeisances as your spiritual master or any other guru?
This is,
I don't know if you understand.
Yeah, there's a seminar that I delivered some months back. It is on respect in Vaishnav community. Respect.
Okay. Okay.
You may have joined together at the same time. You may equally have been initiated at the same time. Or he was initiated after you. Because he has become empowered and given a higher responsibility, you have to respect him because he did not assume it. It's just like Prabhupada set up GBC. The members of the GBC did not assume it. So the respect you give to the GBC, the obedience you accord the GBC, it is Prabhupada that you are respecting. So your statement is right. You respect him as you respect your guru.
Okay.
Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, it resonates very well, very clearly.
Because this is part of the pitfall that we are having in our yatra today.
Okay.
Many of us who have not been privy to become sannyasis or initiating gurus feel because we were contemporary with those who have been given guruship and sannyasiship. So we should be docile when it comes to respecting them. Respecting them will make you make more advancements because it humbles you. I'll just tell you this. Supposing there's a 100 meters athletic race, 100 meters. Okay?
Okay.
Everybody's in track, and the referee says, on your mark, set, go. You started together, but the person who will be recognized is the one who came first, isn't it?
Sure.
Isn't it?
Sure. Bravo.
Will you celebrate him or not, even when you are his contemporary?
You have to celebrate him. You have to celebrate him.
Common sense. Common sense. Because it's not easy. You know, like Bhaktivedanta Damodar Maharaj, we were all here and practicing. Whatever pressure he was going through, we didn't know, but the Guru was observing, and Guru picked him to be given sannyas. We are honoring the Guru who picked him, not him. It's part of this lecture we read that the respect you give to the Guru is not, he doesn't keep it for himself. He passes it on until he gets Please mute. He passes it on to Krishna. And when Krishna receives it through him, Krishna will send down mercy in the cyclic succession and it will get to you. So if you don't offer respect, then that mercy that you are supposed to get, you will not get it. I thank you for this very question because it opens vista for some understanding. Does it resonate with you? Are you okay with the answer?
Well understood, bravo.
Come again.
Okay, it's well understood.
Very good. So let that be your practice.
Well understood.
Let that be your practice. I was with Kitanananda Swami, initiated by him. And Radhana Mara was just a sannyasi who is like his personal secretary or the link to him. But Radhana Maharaj served Srila Krishna Bhaktipad with awe and veneration, all respect. That even when Kitananda was excommunicated, Radhana Maharaj did not play partisan role. He stuck to Kitananda. He didn't meddle with ISKCON gestures until 1993. And then he had a conference or a mind-rubbing session with the congregation and made them know ISKCON wants us to join ISKCON so that we will be part of Prabhupada's big family. Some people refused to follow, but majority followed. And Chopati grew to become a point of reference until today. Okay? If he did not respect his elder god brother, he will not be enjoying the type of respect he's enjoying today. So that should be a lesson to learn for all of us. You may have started together, or they may start later than you. Like, there are many devotees who came to Chopati after I have left. But when I see them, this is me. When I see them, I don't claim, oh, don't you know I'm your senior? That is the weapon of a Sudra. In recognizing people, according to Vanasha, a Brahmana, you respect him because of the volume of knowledge he has. That is his strength. Sure. A Kshatriya, because of his chivalrous prowess, how many wars he has conquered, you respect him for that.
Sure.
For a Vaishya, how much money has he amassed and is turning over? But a Sudra does not have knowledge. A Sudra does not have power to conquer. A Sudra does not have wealth. And when he wants to confront others or contend, he says, don't you know I'm your senior? Now senior will go chop. What has the old age of Methuselah got to do with the wisdom of Solomon?
Bravo. Interesting.
Okay, we'll round up on that note for today. Thank you for being in attendance. And if you learned anything today, please apply it in your devotional life. That will be the success of this gathering. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami iti nomini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Sunyavadi Pasatyai Desatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadda Shiva Sadisi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vanchaka patarubhyascha kripasinubhya vacha patitanam pavanambayo vaishnavabhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu.